Cardiothoracic surgeon Stephen operated on Martin's father, who died during the procedure. Feeling guilt, Stephen spent time with Martin, giving him a watch afterward. Stephen later told his wife Anna and children, Kim and Bob, about his day with Martin, and Anna suggested inviting Martin to dinner. One day, Stephen and Anna go to bed, where we find out that Stephen has a weird fetish for anesthesia, and he gets excited when Anna acts unconscious. Stephen was angered by Martin's unannounced visit request. Martin apologized and explained he only wanted to show Stephen a new watch strap. Later, Martin met Stephen, received a lunch invitation, and brought gifts for everyone before spending time with Kim and Bob. Martin and Kim went for a walk, and later Martin invited his family to dinner at his house. He then informed Stephen he was coming to dinner the following evening. After dinner, Martin's mother became amorous with Stephen. The next day, Martin visited Stephen at the hospital. Martin complained of chest pains, possibly hereditary, as his father died of a weak heart. Stephen examined Martin and found no problems. Martin invited Stephen to dinner, an invitation Stephen refused. Martin then mentioned his mother's fondness for Stephen and suggested they would be a good couple. Martin's persistent demands for Stephen's attention escalate, leading Stephen to stop responding. Kim's late arrival home, after receiving a ride from Martin, further upsets Stephen. The next day, Stephen discovers his son Bob has numb legs, initially dismissing it as a prank. Stephen and Anna rush Bob to the hospital after he becomes ill. Bob is initially sent home but relapses and is readmitted. Martin visits Bob and later gives Stephen a Swiss Army knife, threatening that unless Stephen kills Bob, Kim, or Anna, they will all die a gruesome death. Stephen rejects Martin's demands and has him removed from the hospital. Anna reveals Bob hasn't eaten, alarming Stephen, who attempts to force-feed him before Anna intervenes. Kim confesses her love to Martin, but he leaves. Bob's illness remains undiagnosed, leading Stephen to suspect he's faking. Despite Stephen's attempts to coerce a confession, Bob maintains his innocence. Kim is hospitalized after falling and requires feeding tubes due to choking. Stephen confronts Martin unsuccessfully. Kim later sees Martin outside her hospital window, but he disappears. Bob also falls. Anna confiscates Kim's phone after she speaks with Martin, believing Martin possesses some power and is inflicting suffering as a form of justice for Stephen's actions. Stephen's children are severely ill, and doctors attribute the illness to psychological factors. Anna, investigating, learns from a colleague that Stephen's actions before his father-in-law's operation may have contributed to the death. Anna confronts Stephen, who reacts angrily to her suggestion that he needs to fix the situation. Stephen kidnaps and ties up Martin, then shows Anne. He initially hopes to persuade Martin to stop his actions, but after beating and shooting Martin in the leg, spares his life after Martin's threat. The next day, Bob and Kim argue about their father's choice of victim. Kim offers a trade for Bob's MP3 player if Stephen kills him, but Bob cuts his hair instead. Bob, hoping to appease his father, shows Stephen his new haircut. He then tries to gain favor by changing his career aspirations from ophthalmology to cardiology. Stephen cries, knowing he must choose a family member to kill. He seeks the principal's opinion on his children, learning both are considered extraordinary. Anna tends to Martin's wounds and shows the children to him, but he remains unsympathetic. Anna unsuccessfully attempts to elicit pity from Martin and then tries to seduce Stephen, suggesting he kill a child to save her. Kim persuades Martin to leave the house with her. Kim is found injured and expresses her love for her family, offering her life to save theirs. Stephen comforts her. Later, Bob begins bleeding from his eyes, as predicted by Martin, and Stephen contemplates a choice. Stephen, wearing a hat, shoots at Bob, Kim, and Anna in a circle, missing Kim but nearly killing Anna on subsequent attempts. He ultimately kills Bob. Later, Martin finds Stephen, Anna, and Kim alive and well, confirming Martin's belief that Stephen achieved balance. The family leaves the diner, with Kim looking back. Here is the end. Subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.